Hey guys, Marty with East Point Necropolis. Guess what? I did it again. I started building something and forgot to turn the camera on. So I'm going to go through what I've done so far and show you a little bit of this. This is my first time attempting this type of build. So we'll see how it goes. Had a little bit of help with my friend Vern to help me get my head straight as how we should structurally build this. He gave me a little bit of help moving stuff around, so thanks to him. He's going to help me later too. So anyway, let's show you what we got. So I decided this year we're going to build a claustrophobia tunnel. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically two walls with an airbag on either side of it. You use a blower just like you would on a child's like a jumping room or inflatable slide. So you just build two walls and then you put this material. This is basically vinyl material or PVC. It's double thickness. It's very, very tough, strong, tear resistant. You just attach that to your wall, and then you mount the walls about 4 feet apart. You turn your blowers on, it inflates the airbag, and then you put the airbags facing each other so they when they blow up they touch each other and you have to force your way through them. So here's what we did. I built a wall here. It's basically 7 feet high by 12 feet long, and all I did was I built 3 separate panels 4 feet wide, so you got 4 feet across here, and then 7 feet high, and I just built, and then I put 2 cross pieces in it. So you've got, this is 4 feet. These will actually be, instead of 84 inches, which is 7 feet, they'll be 81, because you gotta take account for your end caps here, your top and your bottom plates, and down here. So that's actually 81 inches, but 81 plus your 1.5 inches on top and bottom gives you 84. And then these cross pieces will be 45 inches. Again, you got to take off 1.5 inches for this plate and 1.5 inches for this stud here. And so that gives you, instead of 48, you take off 3 inches, you got 45. And I made 3 of those, and then I bolted them together in the center. Instead of, it's just easier to access. I don't have access to 12-foot lumber. I could have just made it all one piece. Because I'm on an island, we're limited to what we can get here. And then you take this blower, which came with the claustrophobia room. The claustrophobia room just came with the material, the black PVC material, and the blowers. And all I did was I set the blower on the plywood and I traced around the outlet hole, and then basically that's a 4-inch on this one. This style blower, it just has a 4-inch hole or outlet, and it's circular outlet, and I just took a 4-inch hole saw and cut a hole in the plywood right where that hole is going to be. And then I just built a couple of 2x8s and screwed them down to this, and then screwed the blower to it. It's pretty simple. Right now I just have it braced up because I'm going to stand it up and do some more work on getting it standing up. I did already test one of them. This one I tested, I inflated it, and it worked perfectly. So we're going to see how this goes. You're supposed to put these 4 feet apart. We may have to spread them more than that, depending on how much force it takes to get through, because these blowers are not adjustable. Some blowers have different speeds on them, but these are 1 speed, so it looked like it was pushing out pretty hard. But we'll see once we get it up, and we'll go from there. All right. I always forget to turn my mic on. Check, test, can you hear me now? Hopefully. All right, so grab the tape measure. I'm going to set these we're going to take a 2x4, 8-foot 2x4, and just span across here. I put plywood on the ground because I'm going to tie all these walls into a piece of plywood, and that'll be like a floor going through here. It's only 1/2-inch plywood. Shouldn't be much of a trip hazard because it's going to be in the grass, this one. And this is why I got to have extra framework, because it's going to be sitting on the ground instead of sitting on a concrete or up against existing walls. A lot of people will build this and they're already going to put it in a room with existing walls. So this is all freestanding. So do a little math here. We've got 8-foot piece of plywood, 1/2-inch 4x8 sheet of plywood. We have 3 of those on the ground here. We're going to put them long ways this way because we're going to attach some kick plates, or we're going to attach some braces to the outside to keep these walls vertical. They'll also have 2x4s going across the top in 3 or 4 spots to tie the top of the walls together. And there you could even put speakers or lights or whatever on top of it if you wanted to, strobe lights or whatever, but I think these work best if they're just completely dark. But should be cool. Let's see what we can do here. So we want 4 feet between these. These airbags are 2 feet. And you want them, they're 2 foot of airbag from there to there. You want them to pretty much inflate and touch each other, push together. So we need to go 4 feet with this. And I want to be able to make this adjustable to where if I need the walls to be farther apart, I could spread them and screw them back down. So this plate's going to get screwed to this plywood. That'll hold the plywood together, and then there'll be pieces of 2x that come off of this that screw both into the wall and into that 2x4 brace down here. And that will hold the base, the bottom together. The top will be held together by the 2x4s that go across the top. All right, and one other thing I want to do before I do that is I want to put another 2x across this, because all I have holding this together is these bolts right now. So it'll make it easier to move if I brace across this. So the wall's 12 feet, the 2x4 is 8 feet, so we want to come in 2 feet from either side before we mount this 2x. Doesn't have to be precise, but it'll be better if we get it fairly close. Okay, so that brace will keep this together better when I'm moving it around. So we got a brace across the bottom, we did. Then we got this, I just put this one up here, a short piece, because I couldn't get it, couldn't put it here because that's where my blower attaches. So we put it up here high enough to where I can get to these screws in case I want to take the blower apart. That's going to hold that side together when we're moving it. All right, so we're going to just mark this off at 48. No, not 48. Okay, this plywood is 8 feet long. That's 96 inches. You want your walls 48 inches apart. So 96 minus 48 is 48. So that means on either side I've got 24 left. So mark 24 inches there and 24 inches here. Let's go ahead and start a screw in it first. This should be interesting. Whew. That's resting on that other board. Wow, that's fun. It's not very fun. This is really at least a 2-person job, if not 3 or 4. But I tend to do a lot of work like that. Should be using 2 or 3 people and then end up doing it myself. Usually not people available to help. So let's just hope that this year we have a lot more help than the previous years. Okay, let's do it. Good thing I don't have the camera on this side. See my head about to pop off. I just got to make sure that it doesn't go too far forward while I'm trying to move this back. This is not the easiest thing to do. Okay. So I stuck these 2 braces in. This thing probably only weighs 500 pounds. Not fun. So now I got to move this so where that's flush with that. Somehow. Okay, so I had to put another brace here in the front so that when I tip it up, it doesn't topple the other way. I'm going to put another one on the other side as soon as I can find a piece of wood. Okay, I got a brace on either end, you probably can't see the other end, of this wall to keep it from coming forward. Then I have the 2 in the back of it, here and here, to keep it from coming this way. This is what you got to do when you're trying to put things together yourself and they're really heavy and dangerous. So this is what I do. Okay, so I'm going to try to attempt to push this wall forward, get it secured at the base, get all these little plates that I put in down here screwed down so that it holds that base in place. It still isn't in danger of toppling forward or back until I get the top of the second one to get them both tied together at the very top. So that's where I'm at. Let's see what I can do. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and erect this one, erect this side too, and get it braced up like that. Like this other one is, with the braces to keep it from toppling over. Then I'm going to go up and tie the tops together from both of them. So one over to the other. So I'll tie the top of this one here over to the other wall once I get it. That'll keep the tops, it'll keep it from tipping completely over, and then I can just pull this back down here. So I'm going to attempt that. This should be pretty fun to watch. Okay. Well, I gotta move this over. Break your back. Ugh. Maybe I should have made this out of 2x2s. I also gotta put that other 2x4 on. Now we're going to stand it up. A frame to lift this up? Yeah, it'd be nice. Or Alex would be nice. Have him. He could pick it up. So we're going to get on the other side and pull it up this way and then try to stabilize it vertically while I put these braces on.
Okay, got this on on video, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Might have to turn it. Okay. All right, let's try not to die.
I love you, Marty.
All right, you ready?
No.
Me neither. Yeah, see how heavy it is?
Yeah.
Try doing that yourself. Okay, so now
Gotta come back to
just
the side.
hold your, like stand on that outside and hold it vertical. I'm gonna try to move this side in. Okay, now just switch me sides. If you want, come down the other side while I'm in the middle. Grab that end and we'll do the same thing with the other end. Ouch! Ah. That's close enough for now.
Okay.
Now let's come here right in the middle where I'm at, and you're going to take my spot.
Okay.
Okay? Just don't let it go that way while I get these on.
Okay.
I guess it'll be all right. Okay, that shouldn't go anywhere. Let's see. Yeah, it can't go either way.
No?
So now what I need to do is probably tie the tops in, get them tied together at 4 feet exactly, and then I can come back. Since the tops will be together, it won't be able to fall over, and I can pull this back and brace that, screw this to here. Okay, it was great to have a little bit of help from Nancy. So I was able to erect the second wall. We'll go ahead and I'll tie the tops together at 4 feet. So I'm gonna need to go get a ladder. Okay. I'll start those right there. All right, well, that's about all I'm going to do with it for now. It's pretty much done. I might add some longer braces, other than I just got these two shorter ones at the bottom because I didn't have enough long 2x4s. But when I go to run it at Halloween, we'll put longer ones that come all the way from the top down. And we may even put straps on it to either side to shore it up or to make sure it doesn't move. We're going to go ahead and test it now. Got to run some power to the blowers and we'll blow up the airbags and see what it does. Well, that was interesting. It definitely needs some work yet, because as you're walking through, you end up tripping over the bottom of the one on the left. So I think they need to be spread apart more. All right, Vern gave it his professional touch. Let's see what happens. Got to pull them out. Good. So we ended up moving the walls farther apart to see if that would make a difference. And once they get fully inflated, they're still growing, so it looks like it's doing something. Yeah, if they keep going like that, it's going to be good. We're having trouble because the walls were too close together and the bags were laying on the ground. You end up stepping on them. I'm gonna give it a try, a walk through, see what happens. Damn it, Vern, you're a genius. See it? That's why I need your help sometimes. That's perfect. Don't burn it. Yeah, I was a little skeptical. I didn't think it was going to be close enough, but
There's some resistance.
given enough time, both bags fully inflate. Before, this side wouldn't inflate all the way, because I think the one was pushing against it too hard, so one would inflate and the other wouldn't go all the way. But damn, that looks good now. Okay, she's built. I think we got her this time. We're gonna do I'm gonna walk through it and see how it works. Had to do a little bit of adjusting, had to move the walls farther apart so that you weren't tripping over the bag, because it was too close together and the bag was on the ground. And anyway, we're gonna try it. Here it goes. Whoa! Woo! That was pretty cool. It's just perfect, I think, now. It's not too hard to get through, but it's a little bit of trouble. Woo! That's pretty awesome. Love it. So it's 12 feet long, 7 feet high. There are no instructions whatsoever how to put this thing together. There's a little bit online, but not much. So that's that. We'll probably cover the top with black plastic during the haunt on Halloween. But that's it, man. Cool deal. Another successful project for East Point Necropolis. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.